And welcome back, Rumblers. It's Blue Max, and we are coming close to Season 5 of Warcraft Rumble. It's going to start on April 17th, and I'm here to share with you information about our new mini. And this is Future Blue Max right here. Before you get too deep into the video, I want to let you know this is only the video for the Season 5 mini. There is more information to come in the future. Back to you, Blue from the past, as well as PvP schedules, and of course the emotes. You see the Pyromancer down there. So, let's get into our new mini, and it is the Faerie Dragon. But, it's a member of the Cenarian family. We didn't see that coming, did we? No, that means we're going to have new leaders and a lot of new units to flesh out this 6th family within Warcraft Rumble. It's going to cost 3 gold, and it has the following traits. It's going to be flying. It's going to do elemental damage. It will be resistant to elemental damage, and it has a new trait called Nullify, which is going to make the Faerie Dragon immune to poison, slow, stun, and burn. It's also going to attack at range, but it's not going to get the ranged trait, just like the Griffin. And unlocking it will involve swiping your card or the standard procedures within the guild system or within PvP. Alright, so now let's hop into more information about the Faerie Dragon. And of course you can see our thumbs up emote there. We don't know if that's going to be in the guild chest or PvP, but either way, I'm glad we've got another thumbs up. I'm not too interested in toxic emotes. So, let's look at the level 1 stats for the Faerie Dragon. It's going to have 180 health, it's going to do 170 damage, and it's going to be single target elemental. It's going to have a very short range of 5, with an attack speed of 1.5. And it's going to hit ground and air with normal movement speed. So, the key with the Faerie Dragon, though, is it reveals units that are in stealth mode. So, this is more of a support unit and a utility unit rather than a frontline unit. And in the next slide, we're going to compare Faerie Dragon with other units of similar cost and stats. Okay, so mini comparison. So in the table, you can see the Faerie Dragon stats, and let's look at Pyromancer. So Pyromancer does the same amount of damage, but has a little bit more health. It has the same attack speed, but most importantly, it has a range of 8. However, remember that the Faerie Dragon is resistant. So take that damage and reduce it to 85, which means the Faerie Dragon is going to take 3 hits from Pyromancer. So it doesn't have the range. So Pyromancer is going to get an extra shot off, but it looks like it's going to be at least a close trade. Now, Dark Spirit Troll, not a chance. Significantly outranged, does enough damage to one-shot the Faerie Dragon, and takes 2 hits for itself. So you're not going to want to 1v1 a Dark Spirit Troll. And of course, Safe, with that 220 crash damage, is going to destroy the Faerie Dragon. And if it gets a shot off with its AoE attack, it's also going to kill the Faerie Dragon. So Safe is still a really strong unit in this department. Now, let's look at some Gold 2 units and how it fares. So Chain Lightning is not going to be able to one-shot Faerie Dragon. Good. Witch Doctor, with that 300 health, it's going to take 2 shots or 3 seconds. So Faerie Dragon is going to lose to Witch Doctor, because Witch Doctor is going to kill the Faerie Dragon in a little under 2 seconds, and it's got better range. And Griffin, now almost everyone plays the +3 range talent, so Griffin with a damage of 160 is going to take 2 shots to kill the Faerie Dragon, and it's got superior range and superior attack speed. Not good. Alright, Murloc Tidehunters. Well, you've got almost everyone plays the bubble, so Faerie Dragon's going to need 4 shots, or basically 6 seconds to kill the Tidehunters, whereas they're going to both fire their spears, and the fairy dragon is going to be defeated. So that's another really hard counter, and it's 2 gold. So my initial thoughts about Fairy Dragon is that, again, we're going to use the unit for its ability to reveal stealth and possibly its talents. Let's take a look at that next. All right, Fairy Dragon talents. Well, we've got Phase Shift. We've seen that before. Looks like Blink. Basically, the Fairy Dragon is going to teleport backwards when attacked. Next, we have Invisibility. The dragon itself is going to gain stealth. Okay, but the one I'm most interested in is Fey Blessing. Grants resist to a nearby ally. Ability has 1 charge. I wrote Shaman Totem there, and we all know I meant to say Shield. Yeah, it looks like the Shield ability. So, yeah, maybe if you've got a particularly powerful unit and you want to grant it resist, say it's a unit that has armored, then this could be pretty strong. Again, I think this is going to be situational. I'm not sold that Fairy Dragon is going to jump into the game and be game breaker or a real change in the meta. I'm sure we'll find plenty of uses for it in PvE, but in terms of PvP, I'm just not so sure. Maybe yes, maybe against Mayav, maybe by revealing Mayav, and that might work. In fact, let's look real quick at Mayav's base stats and see how that's going to work out. Okay, Mayav's base health is 620. Yeah, Fairy Dragon is in and of itself not going to do anything. You're definitely going to want to make this a backline unit. Okay, now let's take a look at our PvP schedule. And here it is. The exciting thing is now we're going to get a change every week rather than every 2 weeks. So if there's a particular tower or mod or enchant you don't like, it's no longer going to be there for an entire season, just 3 weeks. So for week 1, which would start on April 17th, we're going to start off with Rocket Tower. We're going to have Stonebind, which will be new to the rotation. No, that comes. Yeah, it will be new. And so, of course, Capture Towers are turned into Meeting Stones, and we'll finish off First Strike because in week 2 we're going to jump into Gold Rush, where our passive income is doubled. In week 3, we're going to see something really interesting here, and that is Ward, which is no enchant. So we're getting closer to a clean match. In week 4, we're going to ditch the Rocket Towers, and we're going to hop over to Standard, Ballista, Guard Towers, Traditional Towers. And then in week 5, if you're kind of like me and a bit of a PvP purist, and you just want a clean, non-modified fight, week 5 is going to be your PvP week to really push, because you're getting Ward and clean fight, which means no mod. Really exciting. In week 6, the final week of the season, we actually have something kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to it, and that is Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush, where your passive income is going to increase as your barracks takes damage. So it's going to, I think it's going to make some very interesting, PvP transitions, not transitions. It's going to cause interactions in PvP that we haven't seen yet. So just because you have your opponent on the ropes doesn't mean that you're going to win unless you can really clinch it. However, I can see, okay, Blizzard, Deep Breath, Execute. I think you're going to see a lot of spells come into play there, as you're just focusing on taking down the enemy tower and just playing defense. But I could be wrong. We will find out. All right. If you've enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing what else we're going to get revealed as we come up to Season 5. Bye for now.